Deep, resonant voice, they call it deterrence. A line drawn in the sand, a warning shot across the bow. It's a concept politicians and strategists debate in climate-controlled rooms, a word printed on policy papers and flashed across news tickers. For them, deterrence is an abstract theory, a complex game of international chess played with economies and alliances. It's a delicate balance, they say, a way to maintain peace through the mere suggestion of overwhelming force. They speak of escalation ladders and de-escalation channels, of red lines and strategic ambiguity. They believe that the promise of power is enough, that the shadow of the sword is as mighty as the blade itself. But shadows don't hold the line. Theories don't survive first contact. And for the men and women on the frozen edge of the world, deterrence is anything but abstract. It's the frost that bites at their skin, the weight of the gear on their backs, and the chilling silence between heartbeats. They know that when diplomacy fails and warnings are ignored, the real conversation begins. We call it the steel fist. It's not a threat, it's a promise. It's the final, irrefutable answer to a question that should never have been asked. It is the physical manifestation of a nation's will, forged in the crucible of relentless training and technological supremacy. This is not a political statement. It's the practical application of force, delivered with surgical precision and uncompromising resolve. The steel fist is the synthesis of human grit and next-generation warfare. It's the carbon fiber exoskeleton that amplifies a soldier's strength, turning a grueling mountain ascent into a swift, tactical advance. It's the integrated optics that cut through the blizzard, painting targets in the swirling chaos where the naked eye sees only white. It's the network that binds a squad together, allowing them to move and fight as a single, intelligent organism. They are the tip of the spear, the first and last line of defense. Where others see an insurmountable, hostile environment, they see a theater of operations. Where others feel fear, they feel the cold, hard certainty of their mission. This is the reality of modern conflict, far from the polished tables of diplomacy. This is the steel fist, clenched and ready. The soldiers of Ghost Squad are more than just elite operators, they are the pioneers of a new era in warfare. Each member is a master of their craft, a culmination of the most rigorous selection process on the planet, pushed beyond the known limits of human endurance. But their true strength lies in the seamless fusion of soldier and system. The exoskeleton they wear isn't just armor, it's a second skeleton, a powered frame that bears the load of over 150 pounds of gear, ammunition, and survival equipment as if it were nothing. This allows them to maintain peak combat effectiveness for days, not hours, operating in environments that would cripple a conventional force. The suit's micro-hydraulics and synthetic muscle fibers enable them to sprint through waist-deep snow, leap across crevices, and absorb the recoil of their advanced weaponry without flinching. It monitors their vitals, regulates their core temperature in the sub-zero cold, and even administers stimulants or clotting agents if the mission demands it. They are, in every sense, transhuman. Their weapons are an extension of their will. The custom assault rifles, chambered in a proprietary caliber, are designed for maximum impact and minimal signature. The integrated suppressors reduce the sound of a gunshot to a dull, heavy cough, making it nearly impossible to pinpoint their location amidst the howling mountain winds. But the true innovation is in the optics. The glowing red sights are part of a closed-loop targeting system linked directly to each operator's helmet display. This augmented reality interface highlights threats, calculates ballistic trajectories in real time, and allows for unseen firing, the ability to point the weapon around a corner and engage a target using the helmet-mounted display, without ever exposing the soldier. It's a level of situational awareness that borders on precognition. Every piece of their kit, from the self-healing ballistic plates to the multi-spectrum camouflage that adapts to the ambient light and temperature, is designed with one purpose: to make them the most lethal and survivable fighting force in human history. The theater of operations for Ghost Squad is what military planners refer to as non-permissive. In layman's terms, it means the worst place on Earth to fight a war. Here, at 20,000 feet, the enemy isn't just the opposing force, it's the planet itself. The air is thin, stealing the breath and dulling the mind. The temperature plummets to 60 below zero, freezing exposed skin in seconds and turning ordinary steel brittle as glass. The landscape is a vertical nightmare of ice, rock, and sudden, bottomless drops. There are no roads, no support, no easy way out. It is in this crucible that the steel fist doctrine was born. Conventional military logic dictates avoiding such terrain, but Ghost Squad operates on the principle of turning an enemy's perceived sanctuary into a kill box. They use the hostility of the environment as a weapon, a filter that weeds out the unprepared and the technologically inferior. While an adversary hunkers down, believing themselves safe in the frozen fortress, Ghost Squad is on the move. Their extreme weather gear and specialized training allow them to not just survive, but to dominate. They are the ghosts of the mountain, appearing where they are least expected, striking with the speed and ferocity of an avalanche. The mission is simple in its objective, infinitely complex in its execution: neutralize a high-value target that threatens global stability. This target, an advanced automated anti-air battery, has been secretly installed in this remote range, creating a denial bubble that shifts the strategic balance of the entire region. It's a technological dagger aimed at the heart of Allied airspace. A conventional bombing run is impossible. A large-scale ground assault would be a suicidal crawl up the mountain, visible for miles. The only option is a surgical strike, delivered by a team that can get in, eliminate the threat, and vanish without a trace. That is the essence of Ghost Squad's purpose. They are not an army of occupation. They are a scalpel. The initial phase of the operation begins with an invisible insertion. A high-altitude, low-opening parachute jump from the edge of the stratosphere. They fall through the night, their specialized suits protecting them from the vacuum and the friction of re-entry, before deploying their steerable canopies just above the mountain peaks, landing silently in the deep powder miles from their objective. From there, the hunt begins. Synchronization is the lifeblood of the squad. Every movement is a symphony of practiced violence. They don't need to speak. Communication flows through their neural link comms, a silent stream of data, biometrics, and tactical markers overlaid on their vision. The lead ranger, designated Spectre, spots a potential ambush point. He doesn't shout a warning, he simply paints the area on his squad's displays. Instantly, Wraith and Banshee adjust their formation, their rifles scanning the designated threat zones before Spectre has even finished his thought. This silent, instantaneous coordination allows them to move with a speed that defies belief. They flow over the terrain like a single entity, their steps synchronized to minimize their acoustic signature, their bodies low to the ground, presenting the smallest possible target. When they stop, they don't just stop, they root, dropping into a stable, interlocking firing posture in less than a second. It's this fluid transition from motion to extreme violence that makes them so devastatingly effective. They can be a blur of motion one moment and a perfectly stable firing platform the next, unleashing a coordinated volley of fire before their enemy can even register their presence. The moment of contact is a controlled explosion. The drone footage that tracks their advance is not just for an after-action review, it is their eye in the sky, a tactical angel on their shoulder. As the drone sweeps low, it confirms the enemy's position sentries, hidden in snow-dusted fortifications, their own advanced sensors searching the whiteout. But they are looking for the wrong thing. They are looking for soldiers. They find ghosts. Spectre gives the silent command. In a fraction of a second, the squad drops. Knees hit the snow, rifles snap up, and the world erupts in a storm of precise, overwhelming fire. The suppressors can't contain the raw power, the sonic boom of the projectiles cracks through the thin air. For a brief, terrifying moment, the desolate landscape is lit by the incandescent fury of their muzzle flashes. It's not a wild spray of bullets, it is a calculated torrent of destruction. Each round is directed, part of a pattern designed to suppress, disorient, and eliminate. While the sentries are still reeling from the shockwave of the initial volley, the squad is already moving again. Spectre is up and sprinting forward, pulling the focus of the fight with him, while Wraith and Banshee provide covering fire, their movements a seamless, deadly dance. This is the core of their doctrine: shock, speed, and violence of action. Never give the enemy a moment to think, a moment to breathe, a moment to fight back. This is the future, and it has already arrived. The soldier of tomorrow is not a robot. It is the perfect synthesis of human spirit and technological might. It's the unwavering courage of a ranger combined with the processing power of a supercomputer. It is the ability to make a split-second ethical decision while the suit's targeting system calculates 1,000 possible outcomes. This is the evolution of the warrior. For every advance in armor, there is an advance in ammunition. For every new sensor, there is a new method of stealth. The battlefield is a relentless cycle of innovation, and to fall behind is to perish. Ghost Squad represents the pinnacle of this arms race, a commitment to ensuring that the men and women we send into harm's way are not just the bravest, but the best equipped, the best protected, and the most lethal force on the field. They are a testament to the idea that the greatest weapon is not the rifle in their hands, but the indomitable will within, amplified and empowered by the very edge of what is possible. Their existence ensures that no matter how dark the horizon gets, or how cold the world becomes, there will always be those who can walk into the storm and bring the thunder with them. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the next generation of warfare. The concepts and technologies explored here represent the cutting edge of military innovation. If you found this analysis compelling, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss our next mission briefing. We value your insights, so leave a comment below with your thoughts on the future of conflict. Stay safe and stay informed.